What's going on, guys? Welcome back to NolanTCG, and we are back here for another deck introduction. So basically, we're going to try and be doing these every month now. Tribrigade is this month with Phantom Rage coming out next month. I kind of wanted to stick to like new archetypes and not go and do something like PK. Because like, we all know PK, it's just like getting some new stuff. So I figured like Tribrigade would be the way to go. Show off some like deck profiles that have been floating around on like Tribrigade and like whatever deck we're doing every month. And then just kind of giving you guys a base to know like what you can build off of. Now, the interesting thing with Tribrigade was it did seem very, very hyped up, and in the TCG, it's like, people are still excited for Tribrigade when they come out next set, but looking back at the OCG, they kind of stopped playing Tribrigade pretty quickly, because Zodiac just pure became so much better than Tribrigade. It is a strange thing as to why it hasn't quite occurred over here that Tribrigade maybe isn't the way to go next set, so personally, I will be a little skeptical on picking up the Tribrigade stuff at first, just because it doesn't seem as though it's doing amazing over there. Like, I did get this Zodiac list, but outside of that, there was no other Tribrigade list that I found that topped events in the OCG over the past 3 months. So our second two lists are lists from a YouTube channel. I've forgotten what it's called. I think it's like YugiTube or something. They were pretty cool lists, so the link to that channel will be down in the description below if you want to go and check those out. But yeah, we'll get into the profiles for this one. But as always, before we do get started, please remember to drop down below and hit that subscribe button if you are new here, because we're always happy to have new people to the channel. And let's get on into these deck profiles. Okay, so starting us off, we have the Zodiac Tribrigade list here, of course, and that starts off with 3 copies of Ash Blossom, 1 copy of Barrier Statue of the Stormwind, because you can do that like kind of Barrier Statue lock. 2 copies of, this is a new TCG or OCG card called, oh, that's a long name. I'm also not going to pronounce that just in case it gets demonetized. But yeah, it's a super heavy Shining Sora. Yeah, haven't seen this card before, so let's have a read. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you contribute 1 Beast, Beast Warrior, Winged Beast Monster, and special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can banish 1 from your deck until the end phase. This card's, okay, so it can manipulate its level, and it's a free summon, because all of these are that, like, kind of archetypal standard. So yeah, this is just a free extender. Lets you, like, modify things, and away you go. Then we've got 3 copies of Maxi. Actually, does this copy name? It does indeed copy name, but that doesn't matter with the zoos. Wait, no, yes it does. You can just drop zoos over the top of this. Interesting. Okay, that's a bit of a slow click there. So this. Okay, so yeah, I do believe this is just pretty much a Zodiac card. But then after that, we've got 3 copies of Maxi, 1 Apex Avian. Then for the Tribrigades, we've got 2 Ceres, 2 Fractor, and 3 Nivelle. Then we've got for the Zoos, a Ramram, a Rat, 3 Thoroughblade, and 2 Whiptail. This list is so old that Called by the Grave was still at 3 over there. So take that as you will, as to another reason why I probably won't be picking Tribrigade up at first. But yeah. Then we've got 3 copies of Tenki, 2 Droplets, 2 Airborne, and 1 Barrage. Then for the traps, 2 Imperm, 1 Trap Trick, and 2 Revolt. Then for the extra deck down here, we've got 1 copy of Starving Venom. They were siding Super Polys. Then we've got a double A Zeus. This card is another amazing Zoo card. 1 Borbo, 2 Chakanine, 1 Dryden, 1 Hammerkong, 1 Tiger Mortar. Then for the links, we've got an access code, an Ancient Warrior because it's Beast Warriors, and these are Beast Warriors. Then we've got 1 Samorg. I do actually believe this plays up because that's a wind, and then this needs... No, it does need a wind. Ignore that. Don't worry. Then we've got 1 of the Fruitless Flowers. Then we've got 1 Silver Bullet and 2 Wicked Wings. I could have made a KFC reference there. But, like, I don't know if they call them Wicked Wings overseas. Let's get on to the next profile. Okay, so next up we have the first of the 2 Infinite Loop Tribrigade lists. So this one utilizes the Thunderbird. The other one does as well. They just kind of use different engines to get there. This uses, like, the Lyralust kind of package and a couple of other winds to kind of establish it. The other one uses Lunalight. But as we get through the list on this one, as always, 3 copies of Ash, 3 Cockadoodle-Doo and 1 Dragon Buster, 2 Veiler, 3 of the Lyralusk Turquoise Warbler, 3 Mathman, 1 Avian, 1 Thunderbird, 3 Tengu. Oh, if only this summoned when you sent it from deck to grave. It just has to leave the field though, so it's still good. Then 3 Ceres, 3 Fractor, and 3 Nivelle. 3 Tenki because it can search them, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 1-for-1, and 3 Airborne, and then 3 Line finish out the main deck. Then for the extra deck, we've got 1 Access Code, 1 Harpy Conductor, 1 IP, 1 Cerberus, 1 Phoenix, 1 Unicorn, 1 Linkaribo, 1 Avramax, 1 Wystrix, 1 Samorg. Then we've got 2 copies of Fruitless Flower, 1 Silver Bullet, 1 Wicked Wings, and 1 Union Carrier. Okay, and finally we have the second of the infinite loop kind of setup decks. This one utilizes the Lunar Lights. For a while there I was like, one of these is banned, but Tiger is not here, because, yeah, Tiger's banned. I was actually very surprised at the fact that this didn't use Tiger at all. I just kind of assumed the OCG would still have it. But, for this one, we have, of course, Dark Magician and Red Eyes because we play Dragoon. Then we've got 1 Apex Avian, 1 Lunalight Wolf, 3 Fractor, 1 Zephyros the Elite, 3 Kaleido Chick, 3 Emerald Bird, and 3 Yellow Martin, 1 Singing Lanius. Then we've got Raider's Wings, which I believe is another new Raid Raptor card out of the new set. Then we've got 1 Mist Valley Thunderbird for the loop. Then we've got 1 Purple Butterfly, 3 Ash as always, 3 Sarah, and 1 Novell. I always thought Novell was the best one. Odd that this list only plays one of them. Then we've got, of course, the Red Eyes Fusion, the Soul Shave Force, because this gets you Infinity, 3 copies of Foolish Burial Goods, and 3 copies of Perfume, 1 Foolish Burial, 3 Tenki, 2 Imperm, and a Serenade Dance rounds out the main deck. So, of course, you have the Foolish Burial Goods to send the Lunar Light Perfumes and the Serenade Dance because they are free extenders. The Soul Shave Force, you can summon the Infinity when you use the 4 Strix under the, he does have the, yeah, Y-Strix. I was like, Y-Strix is in this extra deck. But of course we will go through that extra deck, and we have 1 copy of Leo Dancer, 1 Dragoon, 1 Panther Dancer, the Infinity and the 2 4 Strix, 1 Avramax, 1 Appaloosa, 1 Samorg, 1 Fruitless Flower, 1 Y-Strix, 1 of the Ancient Warriors, 1 Union Carrier, 1 IP, and 1 Anaconda. Interesting that this extra deck only played the Fruitless Flower. It didn't bother with the other 2. Quite interesting. Ultimately, if all this stuff isn't high rarity, I can see it being quite cheap. Just the fact that, like, it's not that good compared to, like, something like Dogmatica, which we covered last. And again, like, Drytron is another really, really good archetype. That'll probably be what we're covering next month. But yeah, I just believe that Tribrigade is definitely still missing a couple of things. Possibly, like, new cards that come out in the future can support it quite a lot. But at the moment, it seems just like kind of a cute strategy you tech in with, like, Beast Warrior related decks. But that will wrap us up here for this one. So as always, I did say it earlier, but please remember to hit that subscribe button if you are new here. Also comment down below any, like, your kind of impressions of what you think Tribrigade are going to do. I personally don't think it's going to do anything, at least until it gets, like, a decent amount of support, which is kind of why, yeah, it's probably going to be cheap. I almost didn't do this video. Once I, like, started looking, I was like, oh wait, this isn't that good. So just be warned, don't, like, pay massive amounts on pre-sale just because you're like, I want Tribrigade. I don't think it's going to be good, so it will probably drop a little bit, unless they're all secret rares and kind of just, like, have a natural little bit of hype for the meantime. At time of recording, I believe they've started announcing, like, some of the rarities and stuff, and what was it? I think it was Phantom Knights were a lot of secrets and ultras, so who knows? Tribrigade could end up being pretty low rarity in this set. But I've been Ben from NolanTCG, and have a good afternoon, everybody.